That we are live.
Wait.
Preparing live stream. Here we go.
We're not live yet.
So over here.
Wow. We said preparing live stream.
Well, so over here. There it is. There's the beat.
That makes it official.
Yes, it does, Ross. Yes, it does. I'll tell you, man. Flag football is back. 9-man flag football is back. But did it ever actually go away?
No.
Does the season even end at this point? Is there even such a thing as an offseason anymore? I feel like we've been doing this for 2.5 straight years. I've been coming over to your house for 2.5 straight years every week about a stopping point.
Yeah, as far as the media part goes for you, no.
But we go back even further than that. You think about it. 2018 when I first started coming over. 17 when it all began. Another fall, y'all. What is this? Year number 8 for me starting now? Number 8. Jesus. I've been in flag just as much as I was going to school in Boonesboro. I've been in flag longer than I worked at Wegmans. It's crazy. Yikes. I'm getting old. But you know what? Old is always gold. And we here at TBT are always about bringing the gold and bringing the best of the best when it comes to this sport of 9-man flag football. And this weekend is no exception. We have double duty once again. I'm back in the grind. Spring season long over. Summer session that's done. Tourney session's all good. We don't have another tournament for another few weeks. Clash of York 3. We'll be there for that one. That details are finally going to be coming out in about 9 days. That's when that closes. For now, however, we are in MAFFL this week, MAFFL. Third time I've been down there in the last year. Third time rather on Tucker Road coming up. If you remember, we went down there for Capital Classic 2019. Awesome tournament. Won by Scorpions in B and Rampage in A. Weird to hear that in reverse. Right. Second time we went down there was last fall for the MAFFL playoffs. We had an opportunity to see the Blackhawks defeat the WAC Rebels for the championship. Awesome matchup there. And just 2 months ago, we were back on Tucker Road for the Rampage and Scorpions rematch of the OMFFL championship. But this time in MAFFL, as the No Mercy Scorpions defeated Rampage by a result of 25-4. Congratulations to the No Mercy Scorpions. They are your MAFFL champion coming into this season. However, they will not be back. Neither will Rampage. Both will be staying north. They'll be back up in Baltimore for OMFFL. Those of you who live down in that DC area, in the Baltimore area, know how hard it could be to travel on Sundays, especially in the fall. A lot easier to navigate that in the spring when there's no NFL and your biggest threat is the Nationals and Orioles. When the football team and the Ravens come out and play, however, it's always going to be a busy day. Trust me, I used to work down that way. 495 and all that is no joke whenever Washington is in town. Still feel weird saying that. I still gotta adjust to that. But like, I'm really looking forward to this upcoming season in the MAFFL. I'll be there on Sunday. Ross Collins, he's a little tied up this fall on Sundays. We'll get him a few times. We're going to see him actually at Clash of York 3. He'll be there for that. That'll be the first time you'll probably see Ross this fall. Other than that, you'll be busy coaching kids football for your
get them right, man.
Yeah, teaching the next generation of football players. Big shout out to you, Ross Collins. Really proud of the work you're putting in off the field, away from TBT, giving back to the next generation. And I know your son is sitting there proudly with you every Sunday of the way. So really looking forward to what's going on. I'll be at MAFFL week 1. We got a slate. I got about 3 games. I got 7 games total that day. Let's talk about who is in the league for MAFFL. I don't really have many graphics on hand for this league. Let me go ahead and mute myself. There we go. So looking at it and the teams involved, Blackhawks, they're back once again. They've been a staple at MAFFL for decades. I mean, when you think of the teams that are the cornerstone of that league, the Blackhawks are one of them. Defending fall champions, they won last year over the WAC Rebels, the undisputed MAFFL champion in 2020. Runners up in the Charm City Classic, the Rampage, a team that always performs. They've been around the block. They've played for years. They know what it takes to win. Looking forward to seeing the Blackhawks back out there this season. The other team,
my favorites.
Yeah, remember the classic with us and Blackhawks going back to Clash of York 1.
Yeah.
One of the best games a lot of guys from our team said was against Blackhawks. I know Jason Brady of X Dogs at Baez Auto spoke very highly going up against the Blackhawks and Nunu Jenkins that day. Big game it was at the time, awesome time. Always love to watch the Blackhawks. Still not over Clash of York, but maybe someday. Ride Out, they're the second team. They're back to MAFFL this season. They were OMFFL back in the spring. Ride Out, they're Northern Virginia, DC based, so that trip's a little hard for them to make, heading up 95 towards Baltimore. We already know how hard it is for us to make that drive sometimes, so they're going to be back home in MAFFL. They're one of the staples of that league, longtime member. When you think top teams in MAFFL all time, Ride Out is up there with the Blackhawks. Two franchises, and they're going to be the first game right out the gate. I can't think of a better way to start this season for an opening day game than Blackhawks versus Ride Out. And we will have that game simulcasted, Joey Blaze Facebook, Team Blunt Talk YouTube, and on Joey Blaze Team Blunt Talk's Twitch account. That's going to be an awesome game. Blackhawks and Ride Out. And right after that, who can forget PME and the run they had? Yeah, but who can forget PME and the run they had?
Right.
My God, they had a dynasty in MAFFL, very comparable to what Adrenaline Rush was doing up here in Washington County. But our first guest of the night was a member of both of those teams in the heyday. Mr. Q Murphy, welcome to the show. Q? I hear him, but he's not saying anything. Bro.
Yo,
There he is.
what's up?
Nothing much, man. Just talking about the fact that you were a part of two dynasties at the end of the decade, a member of, to some degree, with PME and ADR over in Washington County and MAFFL. But let's talk about the PME side. The one where I thought like you shined the most at was at PME. You guys coming back last season. It was a tough 2020. COVID created some issues. As a result, the team was not able to field due to concern over COVID. A couple of you guys, however, went off and played with the WAC Rebels in that season, ultimately falling short to Blackhawks in that championship. But last season, PME back in full force. We were there a few weeks ago. Let's go back a little bit. We're going to go back Rampage PME from the MAFFL playoffs.
Okay.
Man, what a game that was.
Yeah, man. Honestly, what I remember about it the most is obviously the fact that we lost, like we was going in there like we try and win it all. We usually, we go into every game thinking that we about to win. And we took the season before that off, so we was looking at it like we was about to forfeit because we won 3 in a row and then we took off because of COVID. So we was thinking like, all right, fuck it, the last season doesn't even count because we didn't play. So we try and get our 4th one. It was a good game. They just made a play when it counted. Like we had a couple plays. I think it was a couple minutes left, and then we drove all the way down the field, and then they ended up getting a turnover in the end zone that would have put us up and ultimately win us the game. But they made the play when it mattered, and then we lost the game. So I love Rampage. I think that they got a bunch of dogs on their team, and they just so happened to make the play when it mattered.
Yeah, that was a very tightly contested game, a very competitive one at that. It did show, however, that despite not really having a 2020, that PME was still that team to beat, despite the
Man,
result.
I feel that way every time we take the field, man. Like I said, like you go into it thinking that you're gonna win. We never think like we ain't play together or we ain't practice or COVID this or COVID that or nothing like that. We just go in there ready to win, man. No matter what, whether we practicing or not or playing or not, like the names and the faces and the ability usually stay the same, you know. So um like Dio is familiar with us in terms of like the guys that he's passing the ball to and stuff like that. And our defense, after play one, play two, like I mean, you recognize the person to the left and to the right of you, so you know that your dog still got your back, no matter when the last time that y'all played together was. So we take every game like we about to win it. We just so happen to lose that one.
Very tightly contested game. Like I said, it did show to me that PME can still compete. You know, you got to wonder what happens if layoffs and everything else. How much time can go by between seasons. We've seen a couple teams after COVID struggle a little bit. I know the Long Island Demons up north, they've had their struggles post-COVID.
Yeah,
But I feel like PME showed in that playoff game that the beat has not been skipped. And
exactly. We
exactly.
we always gonna feel like we good, man, until we have like a self-assessment that says like, all right, your ability ain't what it used to be, then we always gonna feel like we are it, man. Like you win some, you lose some. Again, we just so happen to lose that game, but I would still take the field with those guys any day and still feel like we gonna win no matter who we up in front of. So it is what it is, man. Our ability, nothing really changes except for age. Like we get a year older or 6 months older or whatever, depending on when we plan. But the swag remains the same. Like it's still me and a bunch of dogs, 17 other dogs. If you talk about our offense and our defense, so it is what it is, man. Like we try and win, and we not coming into this joint after a couple years thinking that we gonna lose it or nothing like that. Like we don't join MAFFL year after year thinking that we gonna lose. Like we about to try and win that motherfucker and keep it moving.
And I definitely believe they can keep it moving, but it's going to be a tough draw right out the gate, right out first thing. That's going to be Sunday morning.
Man, we don't give a
6:50.
fuck about. Nah, I'm messing with you.
Oh, okay.
Nah. Like, Ride Out is it's a good team, man. Like, with COVID and stuff like that, like it's given me an opportunity to play with other teams, and with PME not, fielding a team in tournaments and stuff like that. Like, I've had the opportunity to kind of get to know those guys, like a couple of them a little bit more with, the us playing with misfits and stuff like that. So it's all love. It's always love. And I think that they're a solid squad. Like they've obviously been around for a while, and they're always in the talks of like, who's going to do what this year and shit like that. But I personally prefer that we play the teams that we feel are better, first. Like, fuck the bullshit. I don't want to lay up the first 4 weeks, and then the last 6 weeks, it's like, all right, damn, now we got to deal with these motherfuckers. So I'd rather play Brad out first, get him out the way, and keep it moving, and don't look back.
Hey, I 100% agree. That's going to be a good game. I look forward to watching that one and seeing how it all goes down. After that, you guys have a second game, 11:45 a.m.
Who we
That
playing?
one's going to be against the new A team on the block, Dream.
Dream?
Yeah, Dream.
Yo. Okay, so similar to Rada, like I've gotten a chance to like actually line up with guys from Dream with us, like playing with the Misfits and traveling up north and various tournaments and stuff like that. I fuck
Yeah,
with
I hear a
Dream.
lot of trouble came out of that.
I ain't got nothing to do with that, man. I'll be minding my business. You feel me? So I don't know what happened with what or no shit like that. But all I know is if they getting a Dream jerseys taken away, then Misfits will take them, man. Because it's a bunch of dogs. So like at the end of the day, if they were shitty players and they weren't, like beneficial to the Dream squad, then it wouldn't even be a conversation. Like the only reason, in my opinion, like I don't know what the fuck they talk about behind closed doors or whatever. in my opinion, if you got a shitty player or a player that you feel is not even going to touch the field, missing practices or missing games or whatever, then you're ultimately not impacted because he's not getting on the field anyway. I personally think that when you got guys that you're expected to be in certain positions and they're actually quality players, when they decide to make moves with other teams, then it's like, damn, one of our dogs is committing to this team versus that team or whatever. If they weren't quality players, then we would not even be having this conversation. Again, in my opinion, I don't have no inside scoop or no shit like that. But if they wasn't dogs or good players, then nobody would give a fuck about where they're playing. So it is what it is. But all that to say, if those guys are no longer playing for a dream, then like who the fuck, you know, like if Misfits have taken, in my opinion, like some of the quality dream guys, then like it really just is what it is. Like you know certain names and like certain faces and shit to look out for when you're playing against certain guys. And if all of them are playing with Misfits now, or if they got, you know, their jerseys taken, whatever the fuck happened, then like whatever, like it is what it is. All that to say, they tie their cleats the same way I tie my motherfucking cleats, man. And if it's Dream or Ride Out or whoever else, we looking to win the game. So whatever.
Trey Jesse wants to know, are you coming Saturday? He's got the eye emoji. Will you be in Shippensburg as well? Do we get a double dose of Q this weekend and ship
so
and down to
First and foremost, unrelated, Trey is my dog. Like I fuck with Trey to the max. So shout out to Trey. But
big shout out to Trey.
Am I gonna be in Shippensburg? Like I've kind of kept it low in the chat, like I'm not committing or not like that. But since the question is asked, yeah, I'll be in fucking Shippensburg. Like that's like, it's like 2 hours away from my house, so I can't commit to it every single Saturday. But Regan is my dog, and if he is asking us like, you know, I want y'all to be here, or I want y'all to commit, or blah blah blah, whatever, then whatever, I'm gonna be there. Like if I gotta make the 2 hour trip there and back this weekend, and then maybe, you know, another weekend or something like that to be eligible for playoffs, then fuck it. Like, because Regan, the way that he looks out for his guys,
you did good work the last time you were up there.
I do my best, man. I'm just trying not to get old. To answer the question, yeah, I'm gonna be out there. Like I heard it, like, again, I don't know no inside scoop or no whatever, but I heard that we're playing against a team that not we, but like the Misfits have had history with. I'm saying not we because, you know, I haven't played in Shippensburg with those guys before. Oh yeah, so that's a familiar jersey. Like I've seen the jersey, but I don't know
this jersey. Yeah, there's been a lot of these coming around lately.
I don't know what is, you know, what is happening.
A Misfit on the back of it.
Oh yeah, my dog, Chris. But all that to say, am I going to be in Shippensburg? Yeah, you know, y'all see me on Saturday and Sunday because I'm trying to stay young, and because Regan is tapping his guys on the shoulder, asking them to come fuck with him for this particular weekend because of whatever back and forth shit that motherfuckers had going on. So it ain't personal, it's just business. So when
I guess we got a lot to say on the extra yard with Keith Giles after this one.
When your dogs call you, then you answer your dogs. So Regan being one of them. When he taps his guys on the shoulder, me being one of his guys, then fuck it, we out there. So I see how motherfuckers in Shippensburg.
See you out there, Q. I'm looking forward to it. This is gonna be a good weekend ahead.
I agree, man. I agree. But yeah, I think all in all, I'm looking forward to just getting into the group.
So you guys are getting up for this really big game though with, I'm gonna guess, the Outlaws, right? Is that who it is?
Oh, I don't know nothing about no Outlaws. I ain't even read the jersey that you put up, the last jersey. I don't know nothing about nothing. I personally, again, I haven't been involved in like the extra shit, but to speak for the Misfits, this ain't no big game. Like this is week 1 of the fucking regular season. We're not talking about the playoffs, or like we're not talking about we gotta win a game in order to get a certain seed or no shit like that. This is a regular ass game to me and to everybody else that's gonna put on a Misfits jersey on Saturday. So it might be a little extra tension because of the history, but in terms of what it means, we try and win it like we try and win every other game. So whatever.
All right. So we're going to
Yeah.
get Q all weekend. I'm looking forward to this. We got you twice Saturday, and we'll have you for PME versus Dream at 11:45 on Sunday.
Word. Yeah, I'm gonna be out there, man. You know, with the motherfucking thighs out, trying to get busy.
Looking forward to seeing you out there, Q.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
All right, Brody. Be safe with all your travels and all that shit this weekend, man. I'll see you soon.
See you soon, man.
All right, later.
Later. Q Murphy joining us. Hey, a little double dose there. We get a MAFFL interview and we got our KFFL one for later tonight. We'll see what's going on with the Misfits in the Keystone Flag Football League after this with Keith Giles. But going back to the teams ahead, we talked about PME, we talked about Ride Out, we talked about Blackhawks, all of which, you know, staples in this league. The other 8 o'clock game going on in the other field is going to be FOE and Southside. That's going to be a rematch of the quarterfinal game from the playoffs last season, where Southside beat FOE 19-6 to make it to the semifinal, where they fell just short the Rampage. FOE, you know, they've been on the up and up. They're trying to make a big statement. They played A at the Charm City Classic. They ended up losing to Main Event OTF and took a loss on Sunday to the Elite Rebels. But FOE is certainly looking to try to make a statement this season in MAFFL. Get some redemption. Remember, they were 6-4 last season, but they did get a win over the No Mercy Scorpions along the way. So we're really looking forward to seeing what goes down this upcoming season for FOE. Southside as well, you know, they're always a traditional MAFFL team. They've been around for a while and mainstay in that league for many years. Should be a good game at 8 o'clock. On the other field afterwards, Southside have an opponent. They're going to be taking on a team called Only Us. And for those wondering who Only Us is, well, let's just say the little marriage between AFN and Petty is official. What we've been seeing for a while, and of course, you know, AFN and Petty, they've known each other for many years. They've played against each other for many years. They played on the same sides together different times. They have made it 100% official in league play and tournament play. They will be working together going forward. We saw this mix up back in AC originally when they took on the New York Rebels and the Dragons. They tied the Rebels at 6, but managed to beat the Dragons before falling to the Long Island Demons on Sunday. However, we got a much better team at the Charm City Classic. That team went 2-0 on Saturday, defeating DX in 717 Elite. Sunday, they made a bit of a run. They went through Maryland Venom that knocked off Show Me Football in the quarters before falling to the Blackhawks 6-0 in the semifinals. So they're going to be coming together as Only Us. We look forward to seeing how they're going to perform this upcoming weekend. I had James Battle for a second appear on Zoom, but I think he disappeared. So hopefully we can hear from him, but if not, we'll just go ahead and move on. Of course, the other matchup on the field, they're going to be taking on Southside. Only Us will be. That game will be kicking off at about 10:15 a.m. So that should be or 9:15 a.m. That should be a really good game. We're going to have that one as well. So we're looking forward to getting that game. Otherwise, they're going to be also taking on, I believe they got a game with FOE right after. So that'll wrap up that field. So the schedule for us for filming, tune in 8 a.m. We'll have Blackhawks Ride Out. And then 9:15, we're going to have Southside taking on Only Us. And then we're going to wrap up the day at 11:45 with PME and Dream. So tune in for that. Joey Blaze Facebook, Team Blunt Talk YouTube. We got another show tonight, so we're going to sign off for now. Thanks to Q Murphy for joining us. Looking forward to week 1 of MAFFL. We'll see you Sunday, and we'll see you in a few for the extra yard with Keith Giles. For Ross Collins, Q Murphy, and I'm Joey Blaze. Good night, everybody.